Video is a continuation of Shraddha murder case. In case if some of you have not seen it, please go back. The link is given in the description box below. Before me going into the details, let us go into the video. Last video we had seen that how Shraddha was brutally murdered by her boyfriend Aftab, and somewhere Aftab was continuing with the statement to the police that it was done in the spur of the moment. It was not a pre-planned murder, because somewhere he was not agreed to what Shraddha had said, that they had to get married. He was not he didn't want to get married, so he was very angry and he killed her. That's the statement he gave the police initially. But later now some statements have come out and some news have come out that it was not done on the spur of the moment, but actually it was a pre-planned murder. He had started thinking to murder her way back in 2020. That's when Shraddha had first given the police complaint about him physically assaulting her, and it seems that she was even admitted in the hospital, and she requests some of her friends to actually come and rescue her from him. So she had told him that she'll leave him and go. So he decides that either she should stay with him or he's never going to let her go. So that planning had started in way back in 2020. So somewhere Aftab didn't want Shraddha to go, and that is, he wanted to stick to the statement that he did it in a spur of the moment, because somewhere Aftab had read, or he had come to know, that if the murder is not a pre-planned one, if it is done due to sudden provocation, the sentence or the punishment given will be a little less harsher. And if the murder is a pre-planned one, it will be, the sentence or the punishment given will be a harsher one. So somewhere he wanted to stick to the statement that it was done on the spur of the moment, but his planning had started way back in 2020. So actually they had planned for a holiday in Himachal Pradesh. That's where he wanted to murder her first, in the hills, because Shraddha used to love traveling. So he had convinced her that they'll go for a holiday and they be in and around Himachal Pradesh for some time. So she was happy to come with him, and there he was finding places, or he was trying to get chances where he could just push her off a cliff, or just say that it's an accident. Nobody will ever come to know what happened to her, and he can always say that it was happened accidentally. But somewhere it was a tourist place and it was a little crowded at that time. Maybe he could not do that, and he didn't find his chance at all. And there he happens to meet someone who was from Delhi, and through him he comes to know about he used to live in Chhatarpur, and Chhatarpur he comes to know is in place a little away from the city, in the sense that not crowded, away from the hustle bustle, and nearby is a forest area. So all that is geographical details of the place, and he is made up his mind that he is going to come to Delhi, and that's where he is going to execute his plan of murder. So all this news came out while the police were drilling him with questions, and the narcotics test also that was done on him recently. So all these things, more details came out, and then he convinces Shraddha that they should go to Delhi. But Shraddha is like, already they have spent so much of time outside, they should get back to their work, they should get back to Mumbai. But he convinces her that let's not do the job there, we'll come to Delhi, we'll have a new life and we'll start afresh. So that's what Shraddha always wanted. She wanted a life with him, she wanted to get married to him. So poor girl, somewhere she is convinced, not knowing what's going in his criminal mind. So she agrees and they come to Delhi, and initially they stay in some hotel, and May 15th is the day they actually move into the house where Shraddha was murdered. He couldn't even wait long. May 18th he kills her, and he all that cutting her into pieces, putting them into the polythene bags and disposing them in the night happens after that. And during that time, once while he had said that while cutting, even a doctor had given the statement that while cutting the body, so one day he had got hurt, he got a cut in his hand, and he gone to the doctor, and the doctor had attended to him and asked him how this cut had come. He said that it happened while he was cutting fruits, and the doctor told and gave the details that while he was conversing, I had said that Aftab was not very comfortable conversing in Hindi, and he was replying to him in English. So it came to light that Aftab was very well educated. And what's the point of being so well educated? You don't have a basic human quality of being compassionate. Even we are compassionate towards a stranger who's hurt on the road, or somebody who we see needs our help, and here he is out to kill somebody whom he, claimed to have loved for the past 3 years. How can you be so inhuman? How can you be so heartless? How can you be think so brutally to kill someone like that? And that too over the past 2 3 years, you're continuously thinking how to get rid of her. Why he had to do that? He could have actually convinced her that he was not happy in the relationship. He could have actually told her that he was not ready for marriage. There were so many ways that he could have talked it out. But why he had to do this? What's the point of him being so well versed and well read? There is actually no human quality in you at all. So this is really very disheartening and shocking that somebody who is supposed to be so educated and literate actually does a work like that. Just talk to the person. If you're not happy with them, just move away from that person. You have no right to kill anybody. You have no right to do what you think is right according to you, because you have this right that you can go around killing someone you claim to have loved, and really, and that girl who trusted you wholeheartedly. That's really not done, and I don't understand how he could do this. So the maximum punishment should be served to that boy without any mercy, mercilessly. How he killed her, the same way no mercy should be given to him, and the police should give justice to Shraddha's family. Really, my heart goes out to them. Already Shraddha's father had lost his wife. Now another big loss, losing his daughter at such a young age, is really disheartening, and this boy needs maximum punishment, and no other boy could dare to do such an act. Thank you. Bye. Nothing else to say.